Paite customary laws, like those of many indigenous communities, are deeply rooted in tradition and are passed down orally from generation to generation. These laws govern various aspects of Paite society, including family life, marriage, land ownership, and conflict resolution. While the specifics of Paite customary laws can vary from one community to another, there are some common principles and practices that are typically followed. 1. Family and kinship. Paite customary laws place a strong emphasis on family and kinship ties. Family is considered the cornerstone of society, and respect for elders and ancestors is paramount. Inheritance and succession are often determined by familial relationships, with land and property passing down through the generations. 2. Marriage. Marriage in Paite society is a sacred bond that is often arranged by the families of the bride and groom. Marriages are typically monogamous, although polygamy has been practiced in the past. Divorce is generally frowned upon but may be allowed in certain circumstances, such as infidelity or abuse. 3. Land ownership. Land is of great importance in Paite society, and customary laws govern its ownership and use. Land is often held communally by the clan or family group, with individuals having use rights to specific parcels. Land disputes are resolved through traditional mechanisms, such as clan councils or village elders. 4. Dispute resolution. Paite customary laws emphasize reconciliation and community harmony in resolving disputes. Disputes are typically settled through mediation by respected elders or community leaders, with the goal of restoring peace and maintaining social cohesion. 5. Social norms and etiquette. Paite customary laws also govern social norms and etiquette, dictating proper behavior in various situations. Respect for elders, hospitality towards guests, and honesty in dealings with others are highly valued traits in Paite society. 6. Community governance. Traditional Paite societies are often governed by a council of elders or a village chief, who are respected members of the community chosen for their wisdom and leadership qualities. These leaders play a crucial role in upholding customary laws and resolving disputes. 7. Spiritual beliefs and practices. Paite customary laws are often intertwined with spiritual beliefs and practices. Rituals and ceremonies are performed to seek guidance from ancestral spirits and to maintain a harmonious relationship with the natural world. 8. Taboos and prohibitions. Paite customary laws include various taboos and prohibitions that are intended to maintain order and respect within the community. These may include restrictions on certain foods, behaviors, or actions that are considered disrespectful or harmful. 9. Education and transmission. Paite customary laws are typically transmitted orally from generation to generation, often through storytelling, rituals, and ceremonies. Younger members of the community are taught the values and principles of customary law as part of their upbringing. 10. Adaptation and change. While Paite customary laws are steeped in tradition, they are also adaptable to changing circumstances. As communities evolve, customary laws may be modified or reinterpreted to meet the needs of the community while still preserving their core values and principles. 11. Interactions with state law. In modern times, Paite customary laws often exist alongside state laws and legal systems. In some cases, there may be conflicts or tensions between the two, leading to efforts to reconcile customary and state legal frameworks. 12. Community welfare. Paite customary laws emphasize the importance of community welfare and solidarity. There is a strong sense of mutual support and cooperation within Paite communities, with members expected to help one another in times of need. 13. Gender roles and relationships. Paite customary laws often define specific roles and expectations for men and women within the community. While these roles may vary, there is generally a strong emphasis on respect for women and their contributions to the community. 14. Environmental stewardship. Paite customary laws include principles of environmental stewardship and sustainable resource management. There is a deep respect for the natural world, and a recognition of the importance of preserving it for future generations. 15. Cultural preservation. Paite customary laws play a crucial role in preserving the cultural identity and heritage of the Paite people. They help to maintain traditional practices, beliefs, and customs. Community decision-making. Decision-making within Paite communities is often a collective process, with important issues being discussed and decided upon by the community as a whole, or by a council of elders. Consensus building and democratic principles are often emphasized in these processes. 17. Punishment and restitution. Paite customary laws include mechanisms for dealing with wrongdoing and maintaining order within the community. Punishments may include fines, restitution, or social ostracism, depending on the nature of the offense. 18. Continuity and evolution. Paite customary laws are dynamic and evolving, adapting to changing social, economic, and political contexts. While they are rooted in tradition, they are also flexible enough to accommodate new circumstances and challenges. 19. Conflict resolution. Paite customary laws emphasize peaceful resolution of conflicts through dialogue and mediation. Elders and community leaders play a crucial role in resolving disputes, with a focus on restoring harmony and maintaining relationships within the community. 20. Resource management. Paite customary laws include rules and practices for managing natural resources such as land, water, and forests. These rules are aimed at ensuring sustainable use of resources and preserving them for future generations. 21. Inheritance and succession. Inheritance and succession in Paite customary laws are often based on kinship ties and family relationships. There are usually clear rules regarding the distribution of property and assets among family members. 22. Social cohesion. Paite customary laws are designed to promote social cohesion and unity within the community. They emphasize the importance of cooperation, solidarity, and mutual support among community members. 23. Cultural practices. Many cultural practices, such as traditional ceremonies, rituals, and festivals, are governed by Paite customary laws. These practices play an important role in maintaining cultural identity and heritage. 24. Education and transmission. Paite customary laws are often transmitted through informal education systems, such as storytelling, songs, and dances. Younger generations are taught the values and principles of customary law as part of their cultural upbringing. 25. Adaptation to modernity. Paite customary laws are not static and have evolved over time to adapt to modern challenges and circumstances. There is a recognition of the need to balance tradition with the demands of modern life. 26. Community governance. Paite customary laws often include rules and practices for community governance, including the selection of leaders, decision-making processes, and the resolution of community-level issues. 27. Respect for elders. Paite customary laws place a strong emphasis on respect for elders within the community. Elders are seen as sources of wisdom and guidance, and their opinions are highly valued in decision-making processes. 28. Community rituals and ceremonies. Paite customary laws govern various rituals and ceremonies that are important for community cohesion and cultural identity. These rituals often mark important life events such as births, marriages, and deaths. 29. Interactions with outsiders. Paite customary laws include guidelines for interacting with outsiders, including neighboring communities and non-Paite individuals. These guidelines often emphasize hospitality and respect for visitors. 30. Conflict avoidance. Paite customary laws also include practices aimed at avoiding conflicts within the community. These may include rules for resolving disputes peacefully and mechanisms for addressing grievances before Paite customary laws promote social justice by ensuring that all members of the community have access to resources and opportunities. They also emphasize the importance of fairness and equality in community affairs. 32. Cultural identity. Paite customary laws play a crucial role in preserving and promoting Paite cultural identity. They help to maintain traditional practices, beliefs, and values that are central to Paite identity. 33. Spiritual beliefs. Paite customary laws often reflect spiritual beliefs and practices that are unique to the Paite people. These beliefs may include the worship of ancestral spirits and the belief in the interconnectedness of all living beings. 34. Adaptability. Paite customary laws are adaptable to changing circumstances and contexts. While they are rooted in tradition, they are flexible enough to accommodate new ideas and practices that are beneficial to the community. 35. Community development. Paite customary laws are also concerned with community development and progress. They may include guidelines for improving infrastructure, promoting economic development, and enhancing the well-being of community members. 36. Livelihood and economy. Paite customary laws often include rules and practices related to livelihoods and economic activities. These may include regulations for hunting, fishing, agriculture, and trade, aimed at ensuring sustainable use of resources and equitable distribution of wealth. 37. Health and well-being. Paite customary laws may also include guidelines for maintaining health and well-being within the community. These may include practices related to hygiene, traditional medicine, and disease prevention. 38. Social welfare. Paite customary laws often emphasize the importance of social welfare and caring for those in need. There may be provisions for supporting the elderly, the sick, and the disabled, as well as for providing for orphaned or vulnerable children. 39. Education and knowledge sharing. Paite customary laws promote education and knowledge sharing within the community. There may be practices for transmitting traditional knowledge, skills, and values to younger generations, ensuring the continuity of cultural heritage. 40. Environmental conservation. Paite customary laws include principles of environmental conservation and stewardship. There may be rules and practices for protecting natural habitats, preserving biodiversity, and mitigating the impact of human activities on the environment. 41. Conflict transformation. Paite customary laws focus on transforming conflicts into opportunities for growth and learning. There may be practices for promoting reconciliation, forgiveness, and understanding among conflicting parties, fostering peace and harmony within the community. 42. Cultural diversity. Paite customary laws recognize and respect cultural diversity within the community. They may include practices for interacting with members of different cultural backgrounds, promoting tolerance, and celebrating diversity. 43. Legal pluralism. Paite customary laws often coexist with state laws and legal systems. There may be mechanisms for integrating customary and state legal frameworks, ensuring that both systems are respected and followed as appropriate. 44. Community solidarity. Paite customary laws foster a sense of community solidarity and mutual support. They promote cooperation, collaboration, and collective action for the common good, strengthening social bonds and resilience within the community. 45. Traditional arts and crafts. Paite customary laws often include practices related to traditional arts and crafts. These may include guidelines for preserving and promoting traditional skills such as weaving, pottery, and woodworking, which are important for cultural identity and dietary practices. Paite customary laws may include rules and practices related to food and dietary practices. These may include guidelines for food preparation, consumption, and sharing, as well as taboos related to certain foods or ingredients. 47. Community celebrations and festivals. Paite customary laws govern various celebrations and festivals that are important for community cohesion and cultural identity. These may include harvest festivals, New Year celebrations, and other events that mark important milestones in the community calendar. 48. Music, dance, and oral traditions. Paite customary laws often include practices related to music, dance, and oral traditions. These may include rules for performing traditional songs and dances, as well as guidelines for preserving and transmitting oral histories and legends. 49. Community infrastructure and development. Paite customary laws may include provisions for community infrastructure and development. These may include guidelines for building and maintaining communal facilities such as roads, bridges, and water sources, as well as rules for managing community resources such as grazing lands and forests. 50. Spiritual and cultural sites. Paite customary laws may include rules and practices related to spiritual and cultural sites. These may include guidelines for preserving and protecting sacred sites such as burial grounds, temples, and shrines, as well as rules for visiting and respecting these sites. Overall, Paite customary laws encompass a wide range of aspects of community life, reflecting the values, beliefs, and traditions of the Paite people. They provide a comprehensive framework for community living that promotes harmony, sustainability, and cultural continuity.